All right. Novak Djokovic was refused entry into Australia over the vaccine controversy. Moving on to that.
Tennis player who denied entry into Australia after a battle with visa and COVID vaccination status. Novak Djokovic had his medical exemption revoked after arriving in the country to defend his title. Will Reeve is here with the details. Good morning, Will.
Michael, good morning. To watch Novak Djokovic play tennis is to witness the sublime, even something approaching the divine. But the defending Australian Open champ is just a human, and according to the Australian government, is no better than any other. They said he did not meet the requirements to enter their country. Now they're requiring him to leave.
This morning, history on pause for tennis superstar Novak Djokovic, as his bid for a record-breaking Australian Open title may be over before it begins. Overnight, fellow tennis great Rafael Nadal, who is currently tied with Djokovic and Roger Federer for the most Grand Slam single titles with 20, he made his own decisions, and everybody is free to take their own decisions, but then there are some consequences. Adding that, the world, in my opinion, has been suffering enough to not follow the rules. Djokovic was denied entry into the country after an hours-long detainment at the...
Bro, how the fuck do you, like, at that level, how do you just do that? Like, how? You're just, like, cucking your own self. It does not make sense to me at all, bro. You are, like... This is how you know it goes... Look, anything that separates a man from his fucking money, especially, like... Remember, this is something that, like, even fucking QAnon Andy that we just watched recognizes that there are ways to make money, and he's gonna make them by selling books and shit. All this homie had to do was shut the fuck up and get vaccinated. He's like, nah. Crazy.
The Melbourne airport. Australian border forces canceling the world #1's visa after they deemed he failed to provide appropriate evidence to meet the entry requirements to Australia.
That's what's really mind-boggling about the situation, that he was able to get a medical exemption. He got on a plane to leave Europe and come to Australia. He lands at the airport in Melbourne 20 to 24 hours later, and then the Border Patrol says, hold on a second, we're not letting you in the country.
Overnight, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison defending the decision.
Rules are rules, and there are no special cases.
This guy's such a dumbass. One of the best tennis players has access to top trainers, agents, world tennis orgs, and he couldn't find out how to submit paperwork, burn the whole economy down. Black Monday next week, tank the markets. This has to be a top.
Ultimately, this is the responsibility of the traveller.
Djokovic staying at this Melbourne hotel as his attorneys vow to appeal. This dramatic visa turnaround comes just days after the 9-time Australian Open winner, who has repeatedly refused to confirm his vaccination status, posted this photo announcing he was granted exemption permission by the tournament. One of tennis's 4 Grand Slams, the Australian Open this year requires all players to be vaccinated or have a medical exemption. Organizers insist their approval was impartial.
I think it's incumbent upon Novak Djokovic to make a public statement to explain his position. If he doesn't do that, it's going to be rain and booze when he takes that court.
Djokovic is currently at the Park Hotel quarantine facility in Melbourne. He'll be there until at least Monday. A federal judge in Australia said there was a delay in receiving Djokovic's appeal of those visa decisions. That case has been adjourned until Monday, unless Djokovic decides to leave Australia of his own accord before then. Guys?
Well, that reaction was fierce.
Yes.
And quick.
Okay, well.
They'll exempt it for sure. I think, like, no shot, dude. I think they'll let him in. Australia is wild, bro. They don't play around with shit like that. The real island boys, you know?